Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is Lesson 56, Starred Problems. If you're looking for the practice set video, that's a different video. That's not this one. We're going to be going through the starred problems. So let me get us started here. Let's skip through the practice set. We already did those. And here are the starred problems. So number 1 says a coin is flipped and a number cube is rolled. So with a coin, we have heads or tails. And with a die or dice, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all of our options. So A says, what is the sample space of the experiment? So it can be H1, heads 2, heads 3, heads 4, heads 5, heads 6, or tails 1, tails 2, tails 4, tails 5, tails 6. Those are all of my possibilities of outcomes. Okay, I'm going to change colors here. And it says, what is the probability of getting heads and a prime number? Write this as a reduced fraction and a decimal. So heads and a prime number. So I have a total of 12 possible outcomes. And I want to know the probability of heads and prime. Okay, so let's see. 6 is not prime. 5 is prime. 4 is not prime. 3 and 2 are prime. 1 is not prime. So I have 3 out of 12. And I need to reduce this fraction, so I'm going to divide by 3. And I get 1 over 4. Now this says, write this as a decimal number. So to go from a fraction to a decimal, I need to divide. 4 goes into 1. And when you divide that out, you're going to get 0.25. So that's your fraction. All right. Number 2, use a ratio box to solve this problem. So this is going to be our Dora the Explorer method. We have ratio box, proportion, cross multiply. Since it told me to draw a ratio box, here's my ratio box. Ratio, actual. The ratio of the length to width is 4 to 3. If the length of the rectangle is 12, what is the width? So we're going to answer A first, and then we'll get back to the perimeter, okay? So ratio box, proportion, cross multiply. And I'm solving for x. X comes down, equals 9. So this equals 9. All right, so these are my actual measurements of this rectangle. So if my length is 12 and my width is 9, what is my perimeter? Now perimeter means we add everything as we go around. So perimeter is going to be 12 plus 9 plus 12 plus 9. Which is 21 plus 21, which is 42. Okay. Number 4. After 4 days, Trudy's average exercise time was 45 minutes per day. If she exercises 60 minutes on the 5th day, what will her average time be for the 5 days? So we know that average is equal to the sum over how many? And what we have here is we have 4 days at 45 minutes a day plus 60 minutes on the 5th day over 5 days. Okay, so let's see. 4 times 45 is, I lost my pointer. Here we go. 180 plus 60. That's a plus. Okay, over 5 plus 60 is 240 over 5. So 240 divided by 5 is 48. There we go. So that would be her average over 5 days. Let me change colors. Actually, I'm going to erase this. You know, you can always pause or whatever, but I'm going to erase this so I can do 5. Let's see, let's do green. 12 ounces of brand X costs $1.50. So brand X, 12 ounces, $1.50. 16 ounces of brand Y costs $1.92. Find the unit price for each brand and which brand is a better buy, meaning which brand is cheaper. Okay, so to find the unit price, we are looking for dollars per ounce. So for brand X, we have $1.50. We plug that into the dollars part. We have 12 ounces, and we're going to divide. So 150 divided by 12 is, if we round it, it's going to be 13 cents. So for brand Y, if we do dollars over ounces, because we want to know how much we spend per ounce, 192 per 16 ounces. So 192 divided by 16 is 12 cents. So Y is going to be the better brand because it's a penny cheaper per ounce. Oh my goodness, why do I have a big blue star here? Probably because it's not starred and it's one of those awful difficult problems. So this says, refer to the figure at the right, name two pairs of vertical angles. So vertical angles are opposite of one another. So this one and this one are vertical, and that's going to be angle QPT and angle RPS, because that's how we name angles. And it wants two pairs of vertical angles. So this one and this one are also vertical angles because they're opposite of one another. So that's angle TPS and angle QPR. So this is A. Okay. Let me go ahead and erase that. And look at B. Name two angles that are supplemental. Supplemental means adds up to 180 to RPS. So RPS. So it makes a line. It makes a line with this one. So this angle would be supplemental to RPS. That's RPQ. And it also makes a line. I'm trying to do different colors to see if that helps at all. It also makes a line with this one. So that's SPT. SPT. Okay, let me know if you have questions about that. Number 8. Write 610,000 in scientific notation. So 610,000 looks like this. I'm going to put my decimal point right behind the first non-zero number, times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's my answer for A. For B, it says write 1.5 times 10 to the 4th in standard form. So I have 1.5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 15,000 is my answer. Okay, from goal line to goal line, a field is 100 yards long. 100 yards is how many meters? Use the unit multiplier to make the conversion and round to the nearest meter. So our unit multiplier is either 1 meter over 1.1 yards or 1.1 yards over 1 meter. We're going to use the given times the unit multiplier is equal to the answer. We are given 100 yards. Times, we want it in meters, so I'm going to need this one. 1 meter over 1.1 yards. And remember, you multiply these just like you would two fractions. Multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. We want meters. Yards are going to go away, so I have 100 divided by 1.1, which is... okay, here we go. It's... Where's my little thing? 90.90 blah blah blah, but it says to round to the nearest meter. When I look at this, that means I round it to 91 meters. Okay. 14 says estimate the approximate perimeter of the window and then estimate the approximate area. So what we're going to do is we're going to round this to 48 inches And we're going to round this to 36, which means this is 48 and this is 36. So my perimeter is when we add everything around the outside, we have 48 plus 36 plus 48 plus 36, which is more than my brain can handle. I get 168 for that. Lost my little thing. 168, this is inches. Okay, and then for area, we know that the area of a rectangle is length times width. So that's going to be 36 times 48, which I put into my calculator. I get 1728 inches squared. Okay. There are 100 degrees on a Celsius scale from freezing to boiling. So if I had a Celsius thermometer, 0 is freezing, 100 is boiling, and this is Celsius. Okay, there are 180 degrees on the Fahrenheit scale between these two temperatures. So on a Fahrenheit scale, it's 32 degrees is freezing, and 212 degrees is boiling on a Fahrenheit scale. So a change in temperature of 10 degrees on the Celsius scale is equivalent to a change in how many degrees on the Fahrenheit scale? That is interesting. So let's see. If I did... I'm not sure. I'm going to have to pause this one. Hold on. Okay, so I went back to lesson 32, and it says that a change of 1 degree on the Celsius scale is equal to 1.8 degrees on the Fahrenheit scale. So if we change this by 10 degrees, then I'm thinking we multiply this, and we get, that's going to be 18 degrees on the Fahrenheit scale. I only know that because I looked it up on lesson 32. Lovely. There's probably a way to use a ratio box, but no. Okay, so let's see. We are subtracting, and I can't subtract 9 from 3, so I'm going to have to borrow a foot, which is 12 inches. So I have 3 plus 12, which is 15. 15 minus 9 is 6 inches. And then I have to borrow a yard here. So that's going to be 4 feet, which is 2 feet, which is 2 yards. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we just did this in the practice set. The diameter of a circle is the function of the radius of the circle expressed by d is equal to 2r. So what we're going to do is this is make a function table for r. So this is radius, our input, and d, which is our output. Okay. And we know that d is equal to 2 times r. So we're going to be multiplying by 2. It says on a coordinate plane, label the axis r and d. So r is the x-axis and y is the d-axis. Record 3 values. Okay, so one of the things we know is that we can't have negative values for the radius of a circle, because what would that circle look like? So let's do radius 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we know we're going to have to multiply by 2, so the diameter is going to be 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then it says graph them. So let's see, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 7, 8. I'm trying to graph it. I can't. Okay. That's a straight line there. That's a straight line. Okay. How do we indicate that our graph includes all of the points in the first quadrant to satisfy? We're going to put a little arrow on this. This is actually a ray. Starts at 0, 0 and goes that direction. It can't go this way because we don't have any negative numbers. So we draw a ray or an arrow on that end. Okay, this is not it. Not it. You do all of the 30 problems. Unless there's a stem and leaf problem, in which case I say no. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.